heaven on my mind.
Got heaven on my mind.
I got heaven on my mind.
Keep me safe.
Keep me sane all the time. Keep me sane all the time.
As I walk,
As I walk,
far away,
everywhere,
no,
everything, I got heaven on my mind.
Lorenzo Scott is a visionary, self-taught artist who began drawing at an early age after watching his mother do so. Born in rural Georgia in 1934, his family, including 10 brothers and sisters, moved to Atlanta while he was still a child. At the age of 19, he visited New York City and went to the Metropolitan Museum of Art, where he fell in love with the old master paintings. He was equally impressed by the artists selling their work on the streets outside the Met. Although Lorenzo had a passion for drawing since a young age, his training in the arts was rooted only in his personal observations and his self-generated endeavors. In spite of a lack of training or adequate materials, Lorenzo immersed himself in paintings and drawings like the ones he had seen at the Met and at the High Museum of Art. His work today often includes familiar Renaissance scenes which are peopled with his friends, his relations, and acquaintances. In addition to the religious iconography and themes from the old masters, Lorenzo draws on a large pool of contemporary Black history to keep his palette busy. His work, for me, however, comes most alive when accompanied by the arsenal of his somewhat miraculous stories, which he tells about the events of his growing up in the rural South.
I got heaven on my mind.
got heaven on my mind.
I got heaven on my mind.
Keep me
Keep
safe.
me sane all the time.
All the time.
Keep me sane all the time.
Even as a young boy, Lorenzo was an intensely spiritually minded child, being concerned with good and evil, angels and devils, and having visionary and dreamlike experiences as a young boy which spilled over into his waking world.
One time I was trying to, how people, they never talk to people from a church, that? And you see people feelings going on all the time. And then you start getting sad, And then I started asking my mama, how come people have to die? I was about 10 years old, I was asking her, how come people have to die? And she couldn't talk to the person. She could tell. But then it kept bothering me. Until one night, I decided my own self at 10 years old. I was about 10. I said, I know if I stay woke, I won't die. And so I stood up by the fireplace. Everybody's going to sleep with me.
Right.
And all that sudden blood started falling on me. Blood.
Really?
I was full of blood, just dripping all over me. Then I tried to wake my mom to see the blood. And then nobody can wake nobody in the house. Then I rolled up in the bed, covered my head. And next thing I noticed in the morning. So I was waking up and I looked for the blood, put down for the blood. It was gone. And I tried to tell my mama if blood fell on me that night. And finally one day some guy told me, he said, yeah. He said, do you know where that blood went to? I said, no. That blood went on inside. He said, from now on out, as long as you live, people ain't gonna be treated too good. Some of them will, but a lot of them won't be treated too good. And I said, but that's good for you. Because God had chosen you, because and then you look in the Bible, and you can find it in the Bible, You always can find it in the Bible. And you look it up in the Bible said, seek first the kingdom of God, and all the other things shall be added unto you. And so you see it in the Bible, that the you, and God does it, then you can see it in the Bible.
Lorenzo's art and his religious beliefs are closely intertwined one with the other, each inspiring and influencing the other. The next story he tells concerns a woman he knew who could see through walls, and the story leads to his reflecting about the role of his paintings from time to time, foreseeing the future for him.
So I'm standing there when I see people there, and then she walked down the street. There's a car here. And then I forgot the rest of it. The car hit her because the car was going to hit her, so she would start turning spirit before the car hit her.
Right.
That's why she was able to get through the wall of the house. So when the car hit her, she had something wanted me to see that. Something else wanted me to see that too.
Right.
And she was going into the tunnel.
Right.
Oh,
Wow. Well, that's,
now I'm looking at that. I'm fixing that with my own eyes. I see that.
yeah. That must have been an incredible thing to see.
I painted a picture of something like that once. And so when
You did? Of that girl?
Well, now I painted a picture way before that ever occurred.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. And then, so I guess, wanted me to see something that I already done painted about. I'm going to see it happen.
Yeah.
See her going to eternity. And that girl was going to eternity. She was going to heaven.
Yeah.
Because she had looked through the wall of that house and that religion people just sighted her or something. But that was she actually was doing.
Though Lorenzo was self-taught, he spent many hours in the Met and in the High Museum studying on his own the works which intrigued him, breaking down and isolating individual elements and experimenting with those until he developed his skills to his liking. Though he was raised a Southern Baptist, he was particularly drawn to the Roman Catholic iconography, and when asked about the reason for his focus and how he saw it in the context of the work around him, he answered this way.
Black people paint about as good as they can paint. Howard Russell was just a person that's spreading the gospel, trying to show through a certain technique of art. You know, not you don't worry too much about. I don't think too much about the basics because spreading the word like a preacher. So you know, trying to get the help. That's what he was trying to do.
Right.
And he really worked hard at it.
Yeah.
And that's what he did.
Do you see yourself as sort of spreading the word of God through your paintings also?
Well, yeah, every time you paint a religion, you also spread the word. You're just like it's almost like preaching. You just do it in a certain kind of way.
Right.
Some people just get it. Sometimes people tell you you're not supposed to. The Bible says don't make no graven image.
Right.
Well, it don't say, but they're wrong. They don't tell you all of it. Get started, but they don't tell you the rest of what it says. He didn't say bow down and worship to it. Don't bow down and worship.
Right.
And that's just like the Bible itself. See, the Bible, it ain't going to help either.
Yeah.
It's no more material in that picture. It's not the word. The Bible is not actually the word. But the word is really in the Bible, but it's not anything that made out of paper, material.
Right.
It's not of God.
Right.
That's why the Bible tells you that. That's why Jesus said himself that anybody worship me in spirit.
Right.
And in truth. That's the truth. That's the truth. So everybody that uses paper or anything, see, there's no difference from that canvas. Because the Bible says we're in the world, but not of the world. So when we're in the world, we got to pick up this material stuff. We got to pick up stuff like that. You already said you're in the world, but you're not of it.
Right.
That means you're going to use that stuff.
Right.
We are flush. This stuff here, we're going to have to use.
Lorenzo's spiritual experiences extend beyond his belief that good spirits watch over him, or that some of his paintings foresee events in his life. His spiritual experiences go beyond even his visions, such as the night he saw a bright light fill his bedroom, or when he experienced the dreamlike calling foretold by the blood dripping all over him and then disappearing to his inside, or when he saw a woman translate into eternity. One story he tells involves healing, self-generated healing. This is what he said.
What I'm telling you about, the guy said I can't live with nobody. Well, see, I went in that place, and when I was coming back out of the place, and another young man, I was going there, another young guy was coming in,
Right.
looked up at me, got his knife out, and then and come after me like that. And the thing about it, something hit. Okay, I said, "Ooh, I thought I was cook." My hand goes up there like this here. And then all that was, he said, I'm sorry. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I done that. And he go there and grab my hand, and go, and did like this, pulled it back like this. Then when he pulled it back, he think he tried to help me then. He pulled it back, when he pulled it back, he did like this. It wasn't nothing there. That's for real. I run in the bedroom and said, just like that,
What do you think happened?
Well, it's that blood, got to do that blood. Yeah, they got to do it. It happened that guy told me it's going to happen. That guy, all reason that guy look at me because the devil jumped inside of him and called him. But just the same, I got healed. I was healed. Yeah. And with my hand went up like this, I don't know, I might heal myself. I don't know. Something. Because the blood was inside. That guy told me, just like he told me. And that guy was so nice. Once he done, he was so nice. He kind of helped me. After the devil jumped in him, jump back out of it. Then that would help me. So that's why he was trying to help me.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe do that. I'm sorry. What's up? Then he grab my hand and he's going to see how bad it was. He like that.
Yeah.
When you done that, I run to the bathroom.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And like that.
Yeah.
I said, wow. I said,
Keep me singing all the time.
all the time.
Keep me singing all the time.